Greetings, hello, and welcome to another Messages from Ori, where I channel clear and accurate messages and guidance from collective consciousness. This is day-oyabunmi. Welcome in. So, today we're going to find out what's the good news. But before I get started, if you're interested in your own personal reading on this topic or any other topic, please feel free to check daydreamalston.com/store and book either a pre-recorded or a live tarot reading. You may also visit my site to learn more about Ifa readings, head Orisha readings, Ifa-Orisa related ebooks and online courses, and check out my Patreon. Okay? All right, so today we're going to find out what the good news is. What good news does Spirit want to communicate with us today? What good news do our Oris, higher consciousness, want to communicate with us at this time? I know that I'm not the only one who's feeling this, but the energy can be pretty dense. There's like just a heaviness, in the air. And I know a lot of people are suffering and struggling, so I wanted to focus today specifically on the good things that are coming into our lives. So we're going to check with the Everyday Tarot. Then we'll check with Nature's Whispers Oracle deck and the Language of Flowers deck, okay? So let's see what high consciousness wants to let us know about the good things, the good news that's coming to us soon. I hope that as you're watching this, you are uplifted and at peace. May you be filled with positive vibes. Ashe. Okay, so let's get that out. Someone or some of you are going to finally come to the end of some type of court case. You'll finally have an ending and you'll feel like justice has been served. I just feel like that'll bring you some relief and some happiness, but I feel like you'll feel like it's a balanced outcome and you'll be pleased with it. For some of you, your hope is being restored. If you've been struggling lately or just feeling like, okay, for some of you, there may have been some type of tragic loss or tragedy, and you're going to start to feel like a restoration now. You'll feel like hope is being restored. You'll have more faith. And for some of you, this is healing. You've been sick and you're feeling better. For some of you, you are the children of water deities, and water will play a part in your healing or has played a part in your healing. I just see restoration, recovery, something that has been lost. For some of you, the good news is that if something has been lost, like it's coming back to you, it's being restored. With this scale here and the woman here holding 2 cups, there's something about balance. So I do see balance being restored for you. Okay, what other good news do we have? For some of you, you may have thought you were going to lose a case or lose something, or something wasn't right, and it was an injustice. But now you're getting some type of glimmer of hope, and that's the good news. I feel like something's coming to you, something's being illuminated, which is going to bring good news to you. For some of you, the good news is that you're getting a new job. You're getting some type of financial offer. There may be new business, new clients coming to you. Or some of you are getting a really good business idea that you're going to, take up and really run with. For some of you, this is connected to the Justice card, and you're getting, compensation for some type of loss. Compensation. This may have been from a car accident, so you're getting a pretty penny. The good news for some of you is that you're getting a lot of money back on your taxes. Lucky you. And so you're getting money from the government and you're feeling good about it. And if you were having a hard time financially. It just helps you to relax, you know? What's some more good news that we can expect? What's some more good news for those watching? What's the good news? Yeah, I definitely see recovery. I see recovery, and with this 9 of Wands going into the 10 of Wands, what I do see is, say you've felt stuck in a particular place, you felt blocked, there's been some type of obstacle, or you haven't felt ready to proceed. With this 10 of Wands, is showing me that the good news is that some of you are going to get what you need to finally move on. The move may not be as simple or as pleasant or pleasurable as you would like, right? It's not like something that's going to make you super happy at that moment, but you finally get to move something forward. So if you've been blocked, if you've been stuck, then there's movement. For some of you, again, I'm seeing healing from sickness. If you've been bedridden, you finally get to get up, but there's still like rehab and recovery, a recovery period that's needed that might feel a little burdensome, right? But try to be grateful that you're moving out of this state here to the state of the 10 of Wands. So that's the good news for some of you. The good news for some of you is that someone or something you've been afraid to deal with, or, you know, really defending yourself against, I see that that comes to an end. And again, you get to pick up and move. For some of you, I don't know, I could see this being like domestic violence, someone having to pick up, or just abuse of any kind, someone having to pick up their life and move. It's not easy. It's not pleasant. It might not even feel fair and just, but the good news is that there is movement away from this situation, which has caused you to feel like this here, okay? Okay, got two. That flew out. Okay, wow. With these successive cards, we went from the 9 to the 10 of Wands. Now we have the 3 and the 4 of Pentacles. For some of you, the good news is that you're going to join some type of project or some type of group that really brings you a lot of satisfaction and fulfillment. This could be a new business collaboration or something, but it really is supportive of you. And now I do see a couple of different messages. Remember, this is a general reading. If you want a personal one, you can check out my website. So that's one message. The other message is that some of you are, again, with this moving away from something. There was a collaboration, a working together, and maybe it didn't sour, or maybe it did. But what happens is there's a need for you to kind of go off on your own and figure things out for yourself. Maybe you're pulling your money out of a particular project or investment and saving it, or deciding what to do with it. For some of you, the good news is that you are going to have enough money where you can actually save some, where you can put some in the bank and save it for later. For some of you, the good news is that you're moving away from situations that have been burdensome to you, and you're getting together with others and really building something that you enjoy. For some of you, the good news is that you're building a house. This could be for one or two of you, where you're literally like, your house is being built from the ground up. You get to choose the fixtures, or you are participating in this, kind of like a Habitat for Humanity. Could be renovating a house. That's the good news. The good news is that some of you, for those of you who have been, you know, unmotivated and just not happy, I do see motivation coming in for you. Right? And I think this is a good card to go beside the Ace of Wands. For some of you, the good news is that Spirit is actually handing you this new refreshing energy to kind of boost your mood and your spirit. Another good piece of news, I know the Ten of Swords doesn't normally represent good news, but in this case, with it being a 10, we say that there is the end of a hard cycle, an end of a betrayal, an end of something that's just been such a burden, may have felt so heavy and caused so much discontent. That's coming to an end, and the sun will rise again for you. Okay, so I do see messages about movement here, which is interesting. Moving from one stage to another. So let's see what else from our oracle decks, the language of flowers. What's the good news? What's the good news for those watching? So I see that some of you, and we saw this with the star, are going to be much more optimistic than you have been in the past. I think the sun, the sun shining, and for those of us in the Northeast, spring coming, I think that's going to help boost our mood. For some of you, you need to think about moving into a warmer climate. But in terms of the good news, I see you being more grateful, you having more gratitude. You may actually start to receive things now that you feel very grateful for. What's the good news for those watching? Endurance. So, for some of you, your endurance is being built up. Like some of the hard times you've gone through recently have been to strengthen your tenacity, your fight. Your spirit guides and your own consciousness wants you to be really tough. And I think that's because we're going to face some really trying times, even more so than we have so far. And we're going to need the stamina and the endurance to overcome them and to basically stick around, stay here on the earth so that we can complete our task, okay? One more card for the good news. What good news is coming? Oh, okay. So for some of you, there is communication coming in. If you've been waiting for a communication, hoping for a communication, it is coming in. At this time, there is a communication coming in. I do see that those of you who struggle with speaking too quickly and not thinking before speaking, you're finally able to slow down and think right before you speak. So that's the good news for some of you. Let's get a couple more cards from Nature's Whispers. That one wants to come out. One more card, okay? Let's see what Nature's Whispers has to say about what is the good news for us at this time. All right, gratitude and appreciation. We got gratitude 2 times. So for some of you, I think this is also guidance. Please, at this time, even if you're struggling, try to be as grateful. Try to be in the spirit of gratitude as much as you possibly can and appreciate the good things in your life because that supports the coming of more good things. But the good news is, I feel like for those of you who have been struggling in this area, you are going to absolutely see like a increase in optimism, gratitude, and appreciation. Okay, like it's coming. Something is coming where you'll just feel so much better and just happy, With potential gateway here, I see that the good news is that there is an opening, a gateway that is opening for you that is really going to bring great joy and bring something that makes you so happy. For some of you with this child here, I see that there's something about good news related to a child. This could be the healing of a child or a child coming through you, right, as a parent. Something is opening, a gateway is opening that's going to bring a lot of potential for good things. So that's good news. And then the last card, contemplation. For some of you, the good news is that you're finally going to have time to sit and think things through. You may have some, situations in your life where you're not really clear about what to do. So it's either the good news is that you're going to have the time to sit and contemplate, or you'll finally have the motivation. You know how sometimes stuff feels so heavy that we kind of avoid it? I feel like there's a shift in the energy, and now the good news is that you're able to sit and contemplate things instead of feeling overwhelmed or burdened by them. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Please hit the like button, and I'll see you next time. Ashe!